known as the silent killer, and we'll spend a little bit of time on the carbon monoxide detectors after we've wrapped up the last presentation of the smoke detectors, because it's crucial that you understand that you can't sense carbon monoxide poisoning until it's too late. You can order it now as we're presenting the smoke detectors, or wait till we get there. Obviously, I'm passionate about this. I was involved in a house fire about 10 years ago, and it was devastating. It was something I will never forget. Luckily, it was able to be put out before there was too much damage. But walking out of the bedroom and seeing a fire in the kitchen was a sight I will never, ever, ever forget. Fires are every day, and if we don't have up-to-the-minute technology, we're not doing ourselves or our family or our loved ones justice. Heck, we buy new mobile phones, we buy new slimmer, sleeker televisions. When did you last buy a smoke detector? Do you have enough smoke detectors? The thing with HSN is they've got an amazing relationship with Samurai, and today they launched the best price anywhere. There is no retail store, online or in-store, in any city or town in America that has the offer that we have today. So I've got one eye on how many are left, and I've got one eye on you. I see we've now hit 12,000. I have over 650 people placing orders. We're getting to that 14,000 mark real fast. When we sell it out, I don't have any more, and I wanna make sure you get the best deal. You can buy these smoke detectors all day long on hsn.com, but one of them is $30. In fact, producer Rick, if you get a second, if you could find it for me, that would be wonderful. On hsn.com, they sell one for $29.99, so 30, 60, 90. It's a $90 package that we're doing for $49.99. It's unbelievable. It's three for nearly the price of one. I mean, Joe, there's a lot of wonderful things that we see every day on HSN, but maybe it's the sale price, maybe it's the discount. There's no arguing that we need this, we have to have it. And to get the upgrades like the advanced photoelectric sensor and the 10-year battery, this is the right time to go for it.
Oh, for sure. We've created this bundle so you can make an entire makeover for your house. Find those spots. Now, if you have the existing smoke detectors, you just bought them, they're less than 10 years old, no problem. Keep those, add this to it. You can never have enough protection. But what the U.S. Fire Administration says, you need to have smoke detectors throughout your house. And if you're thinking, I don't want all these things hanging all over my house, there are a couple Easter eggs you're going to start watching at HSN. The first one is this right here. Adam placed this on the wall just about a year ago. Did you notice it during the jewelry show, during the fashion shows, during the home show? It's always going to be there. You will now see this on there, but it just blends into the background. You don't even see it. But why do we put it here? It's recommended you have a smoke detector into every major hallway that now leads into your living space. So you think about your living room. This is where you gather. This is maybe where your fireplace is. This is where you get the kids together, and we're talking about how the day was. This is where your friends will gather up as well. You're supposed to have a smoke detector that sits there as well, that's protecting you the hallway and also in that living space. Then as you go to another living space, a lot of us have a family room, a TV room. We've got our TV here, and we have another smoke detector. Did you notice that it's there? It will be there for us until they redesign the set. Because the tape that's on here, this is just tape, it's not even screw. It's a special 3M adhesive tape that's designed to withstand heat and designed to make sure that will be there for at least 10 years. I can pull down on this, it's gonna probably rip the paint off, so I won't do that, but that's the way it's designed to be nice and safe. Now, a lot of people ask, do I need to have one in my kitchen? No, you don't put one in your kitchen because this is where we cook, but you put one in the hallway that leads out to the kitchen. So then you find that spot that you have, and all you have to do when you first get this at home, you take that back off, you pull that tab, and then you pick out however you wanna mount it. Do you have a screwdriver? No problem, you can put a screw in here. If you don't have a screwdriver, you use that 3M adhesive tape, 12 inches from the ceiling. Make sure you do that. If you have it down low, it's not gonna work because it doesn't capture the smoke. If you have it up above at 12 inches or higher, closest to the ceiling, that's where it needs to sit, that's where it's gonna detect it, and that's where if you hear this sound, you know something is happening in your house. It's time to gather, everybody, and it's time to get out. But when you think about, I just went from the front of the house to the living room to the family room to the kitchen. All three of those spots, I needed to have a smoke detector. Adam, that's just one of the 3 packs. But there are so many spots in your home that you need to have the protection, and this is the best way to really get that whole house protection.
Life is too precious. It's too precious. And I know we take chances every day in silly things that we do, but we must not, need not take a chance on fire safety. We can't. It's too prevalent in this country and all around the world. because we have faith in maybe what's already there. And, you know, we move into a house and we've lived in that house for 15 years and there's a smoke detector there. It's always been there. Is it still working? I don't know. It's 15 years old. What appliances do you know that are still working after 15 years, you know? Not a lot these days. What Joe said, I also want to reiterate. I'm not worried in the slightest at all. There's not a fiber of my being that is worried that you can't put this up. I have bought so many things from HSN and from all over, from all different places, and it'll get it delivered. I think, well, I'll put that together tomorrow. I'll build it next week. This is the 3M disc that Joe said, right? That's the 3M disc. The 3M disc sticks onto the smoke detector. You stick it to the wall. You can do this in seconds. And in seconds, you will be more protected. That's the joy of it, that every one of us can take advantage and get that instant protection. We are 11 minutes left before we have to say it's over. We're getting close now to 12,500. I have over 600 orders coming through. Every second we're getting closer to that 14,000 mark. And obviously that's the end of the road for this presentation. Final chance. Joe is not here at 11. They canceled it because we don't have enough. We will talk about the carbon monoxide detectors after we wrap this up because a lot of you are asking about it. In fact, a lot of folks maybe who have already bought these in the past are just buying the carbon monoxide detectors while they're on a special value. Known as the silent killer, carbon monoxide poisoning is a real issue. We'll talk about that in about 10 minutes from now. Joe, if you want to look at it this way, right, of the money and the savings, you know, instead of $30 each, it's $49 for 3. The money I would save just on batteries sells it to me.
That's it. It's the maintenance cost over the long term, because with one of these on the back, if this is your design, and it's got that little battery vent that's on the front side where you house that new battery on the back, it'll say change the batteries every 6 months. So if you have one of these, so say you have 3 of them, just like we have in our three-pack today special, I'm going to show you what 10 years with the batteries looks like. It's this. This is 10 years worth of batteries, and in 2024 prices, this cost me $97.
There you go.
For 10 years worth of batteries. Think about that. $97 just for batteries. And where am I putting that? I'm putting that into 1970s technology, an older sensor that constantly goes off in the middle of the night, constantly gives me those false alarms. So I could essentially save half the money. It's really like a 50% off, because now when I get the Samurai 3-pack, there's no going up and down the ladder every 6 months. All I have to do, there's that battery right there. It's a special battery. It doesn't look like anything else because it's designed specifically to last 10 years. And we had to certify that again. We do it every single year. We did it again at the beginning of the year. So every battery will last over 10 years. And then you put that cap down, you're done.
Yeah.
That is going to be there. Now, what do you have to do every 6 months? You don't change the battery. You hold that button down. It's going to run through its test cycle, and you hear that loud 85 decibel alarm. Man, that can be heard in every room of the house. That's all you need to do. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It'll still be there. Some people do it once a month. You can do it every 6 months, whatever you want to. But that's all we recommend, is every 6 months you try it out. Because the other alternative is, how many times you go back and forth to the store? I don't have the right battery. I got to go back to the store. Now I'm spending money on that. I'm talking 2024 prices, but batteries are going to go up. In 2030, it's going to cost you even more. And keep in mind, as the years go by, what are we doing? You're putting it into that old technology. So the options are today. Do you trust old technology when at the time, this was the only thing you needed for an entire house? Right. The code was one smoke detector for the entire house. Now you have to have smoke detectors in many places throughout the house. So 1970s technology, or me, Adam, I'm looking at this, that advanced photoelectric sensor. It is the latest technology, the most advanced, to really give you that safety that you need.
Lowest price ever and anywhere. Lowest price in the United States of America for the next 10 minutes that we have our final presentation. You are getting an ultimate value. Joe will be back with the Samurai smoke detectors because they're so highly reviewed, so well received, but they are $30 each. There is no other today's special. There is not another one planned. There's certainly not another one in 2024. And this is one of those products that we needed yesterday. We need it right now. Let me send them to you on a FlexPay. Let's get them up on the walls. Let's get them up on the ceiling if you want, but the wall is totally fine. And let's get that bedroom, that family room, that space, that place in your home so much more protected. We've had people today call and talk about RVs and boats. We've had people today talk about traveling. We've had people talk about how they feel vulnerable with smoke detectors detectors that they know. Somebody said earlier, and it was such a valid point, a wired, power-driven smoke detector that has a battery in it. The person took the battery out because it started to beep at them, and then there was a power outage at home. Well, if the power outage happens and there's no battery in it, well, now that smoke detector is redundant. That smoke detector is not going to work. You have to make sure that you have proper protection. We have so many things that can cause fires, so many things. The last thing anybody wants is for any one of us to be caught in that situation. This will help with safety. It will help with convenience. It will get rid of the chirping and beeping because it's got a 10-year battery. Just the convenience of that, I think, sells it. It looks different, it is different, it's slimmer and sleeker and better and all the wonderful things. But the price is so, and I will say the word because I think it's appropriate to use this word now, the price is cheap. This is no money. The reason why people don't buy these smoke detectors in stores is because they're too expensive. When you spend $100, $150 to get this new technology, people turn away and they don't buy it. They do go with the 1970s technology, as you would and as I would, because to us a smoke detector is a smoke detector. We don't have an expert like Joe here explaining the difference. Well, you don't need to spend all those hundreds of dollars because Samurai created a product utilizing that technology at a price that's undeniably good. Even at $90 for the 3, that's incredible. To get all 3 for $49 is crazy good. All right, 6 minutes left. We are about to hit 13,000, everybody. I have over 500 orders coming through. You know that number is 14,000. You can see it getting closer and closer and closer. I would start to order in the next 5 minutes to guarantee that you'll be able to get yours. We will spend time on the carbon monoxide detectors as well afterwards because there's only 2,000 of those left. That's an important story that we need to hear. But Joe, this is a unique product to HSN.
It is.
You can't buy it elsewhere at these prices. It's something that, of all the wonderful things that we offer, you gotta get this.
You gotta have it, and at some point, your old smoke detector is not gonna work anymore. And it's not us just saying that, that's the US Fire Administration saying that every 10 years, you need to replace the smoke detector. So your options are, do you keep what you have, or do you gotta get rid of it? Do you know, is there an install date on yours? If it's yellowing, if you know you've been there longer than 10 years, you gotta replace it. And the way you replace it is with something that's smarter, because it does have a different sensor. That has to be so big because that sensor was designed in the 70s. This has that new photoelectric sensor that's smaller, but it's also smarter. If you run a hot shower, this is not gonna go off. The battery is not gonna beep at you at 2 a.m. because you have to change the battery every 6 months. It's designed to be easy, but designed to give you that protection with that latest photoelectric sensor that's built into it. Now, the way they've designed this, there's that battery that's on the bottom on there. That's the only time you'll have to see that battery is when you pull that pin, and that will start day 1, and then no problem, you don't have to touch it again for another 10 years. Now, there's so many stories and so many reasons why we talk about the 10-year mark, because that's when it's recommended that you have to change it. And for me, my story was, I was down here at HSN. My wife was pregnant up about 25 minutes away. Yeah. She calls me up. She's like, I smell something's burning in the house. She didn't know what it was. She calls the fire department. They're showing up. I'm on the phone with her wondering what's going on over there. There was a wire that was burning inside the wall. The plastic was melting. I was starting to smoke. But my smoke detector, less than 15 feet away, it was not going off because it was an original smoke detector that was over 20 years old. I had no idea that it was supposed to replace it. I had no idea that when you read all these tiny little words on the back, it says replace it every 10 years. I had no idea about that. I just bought this new house thinking, oh, I've got smoke detectors. There they are. I'll just keep putting batteries in it because I thought that was the right thing to do. But now I know you can't trust these after 10 years, so you will have to get rid of them. So what are your options? You go back, okay, let me go to the hardware store. Let me buy another builder grade one of these. Yeah. That probably costs $30 just for one, and let me keep adding battery after battery after battery in it every 6 months into 1970s technology, or let me really give me something that really is going to give me that safety that I want. Yeah. Because what's in your house? It's you, it's your family, it's your pets, it's everything you purchase, it's your memories, all that stuff. It happens every day, every state, every hour. There are house fires across this country. Maybe it's going to happen to you, maybe it's not, but I would rather hear the sound. If there's something going on in my house, that ear-piercing 85 decibel sound, I would rather wake me up. I'd rather have too many of these and hear that noise go off, because Adam, when I hear that, I know that's not a false alarm. I know it's not the battery dying. I know it's somebody didn't take a hot shower. I know there's danger. I know I got to get out of the house. That's why Samurai designed this. They didn't design it with 1970s technology. The sensor in here is less than 8 years old. It is the most advanced sensor that you can get. So when it comes to protecting me and my family, Adam, I would rather have the latest type of protection because that's really what we all need.
I mean, when you frame it like that, when you talk about it like that, it reminds me of when we launched, I said, the more the merrier. You know, the more the merrier. Let's have more protection. It doesn't harm us. There's no downside to it. It just helps us to feel a little bit easier when we go to sleep at night. Maybe it's your son and daughter-in-law that just moved into a new home, a new apartment. Let's send a set of these to them. We all go to bed worrying about somebody, caring about people that we love. Send them a wonderful, you know, set like this. Because with this, you get that 3-pack that helps to protect more of your home. Now listen, if you live in a larger house, obviously you might want to buy 2 sets. Our producer Rick was able to find it. It's right, if you just type in Samurai, it's there on hsn.com. One of these is $29.99 all day, every day, and they sell by the thousands. Tomorrow, back to $29.99. So if you do the math with me, $29.99, $29.99, $29.99, that's $30, $60, $90. I'd rather you bought 3 for $49 and change because that's irresistible. I'm proud that I've been able to present this over the past 4 years. We launched it on a Monday night show during the middle of COVID. Samurai had worked for years to create a product that harnessed the latest technology but make it affordable to all of us, because I do not believe, and forgive me if I sound a little preachy when I say this, I do not believe that the latest safety technology should only be for those with all the money in the world. Everybody should have access to this technology. Everybody should be able to protect themselves with the newest, latest smoke detectors like these. Everybody. It should not be price prohibitive. They should not be hundreds of dollars potentially. They should be affordable, because every one of our lives, every family member, every pet, every furry friend is all priceless. And please God, we go through our lives without ever experiencing a fire. But if you do, if there is, you know that you'll have the alert, you'll have the sound, you'll have the technology to make you aware that something is wrong and we got to leave, we got to get out. Remember what I said, there is no, look, I'm going to do it right now. There is no at all stress or strain of installing this. There's that 3M disc. Okay, I took the one peeled side off. I'm going to stick it there like that, because I want to show you when you get it home, this is what you will do. You don't need to wait for an uncle or an aunt or a brother or a sister. I'm going to unpeel the other side right there, and that obviously reveals the other sticky side. Do I have any? I'm going to do it over here. Can we go over here, guys? Is that okay? I'm going to hide it over here because they will tell me off because I keep sticking them all over. I go over here, 12 inches from the ceiling. That's right. On a smooth, plain surface. And I'm going to go right there like that. How long do I hold it, Joe?
30 seconds. And that'll create that bond between that adhesive seal, and that will be there for the next 10 years. Specifically designed 3M tape to make sure, Adam, you don't have to stand there for 10 years. It will be there for 10 years. It's really that simple. It's
done. You just protected that room, that place, that space effortlessly and easily. I'm excited that so many people have been able to hear this story today, been able to hear from Joe. We have to wrap this up since we are nearly at that 14,000 mark. Again, there is no 11 p.m. presentation. It is cancelled due to limited numbers. Joe, before you go, we have to spend I'm going to move this up here.
This is very important.
This is,
if you're buying this, you got to buy the other.
Yeah, truly, though. Oh, before we get to it, Rick wants me to let you know about when to watch. Joe, you never want to miss any of the shows on HSN, right?
No, I love them.
No.